up the Jin Nautilus. I don't know why I'm forgetting what Nautilus is called. And Kyle with a chance to counter with the Alistair. I think that's especially good up against the likes of this Pantheon, who been in a best of 5 to guarantee top 3 and make the winners side finals.
The thought process, I love the timing there from Tarzan. Walks into mid, screens JunJia away from this. Now, JunJia has Comet Spear and has his top laner move here, but this might just be a solo.
What is going on from JDG? Oh? They just forget that the other champions have abilities. JunJia follows in Hongq's feet, goes right after, takes a ton of damage, goes down for first blood. Here's Flandre to collapse onto Hongq. That's a double kill going over to AL. Knockups onto Xiaoshu, double to Flandre, 3-0 AL.
Ready to go. And we got to go to another replay. I love being in replays, guys. We don't want to see live ever. This is a fantastic hook for a Vampire, but I mean...
Listen, it was hard to see this play in the picture-in-picture. It's real tiny. Nice double knockup found by Kyle, though. Locks him down. It's a guaranteed Chains of Corruption spread. And hey, look, we're going to be owed another replay here because we missed this play, but Shanks and Flandre collapse onto Xiaoshu in the top side. Realm Warp gets the job done. More than hold on.
Oh, goodbye.
Vampire taking an engage, but it's a 2 versus 3. 3 versus 3 with GALA. 4 versus 3 with JunJia. In comes the Grand Starfall, but JunJia isolated, and Yastin, you will receive. Oh, there's Pantheon doing something. He goes down to 1 versus 4. JDG already down a man in the fight. Shanks and Flandre just starting to clear the waves as they know this fight.
We took really puzzling trades in mid-jungle around the lane, and now we're going to get constantly out-rotated.
All right, there's a lockdown coming through onto Hongq. The dive comes
Stay
through.
free.
3v1, nice and easy. Kyle doesn't even get his name on that one. Here comes the Rumble ultimate. There's going to be a lockdown from Vampire. GALA here to start firing off shots. Kyle with the Unbreakable Will, holding on as long as he can. Max distance. Chains of Corruption going to lock down GALA. Vampire looking for a little bit more, but it's Tarzan. He is strong enough to withstand the pressure. Hope still threatening from the side, and that's going to be it for the play. Flandre over the wall, going to get the knockup on Hongq, interrupts his ultimate. Rift Herald spawned in mid, lockdown coming through in the mid lane onto Hope. He's going to flash into the enemy jungle. Things getting a little chaotic here, but Tarzan here to bail out his marksman. Hope gets good damage onto GALA. Kyle here for the backup. Hope jumps into the Rift Herald, takes it right to the wall, just trying to get a couple of minutes of alone time. Flandre finds the assassination. Vampire chasing him down to the opposite side. Equalizer goes nowhere. Xiaoshu cuts off an escape route, but Flandre doesn't even take that one. Now moves forward onto JunJia. He's going to fall down, but he's got a pretty good fight set up for Tarzan. Kyle throws himself into the fray. Hope is back after his little foray with the Rift Herald, but I think that's it for the team fight. AL going to be able to retreat back out. Baron has been the focus for now. AL can control the top side. Tarzan just throws himself into a 1 versus 4.
Yeah,
the rest
brother.
of the team's here to back him up, though. Kyle in there with the Unbreakable Will. Hongq's forced back, but health bars for JDG are not getting much lower. Curtain Call opened up. I don't think Kyle's getting out of this one. That's some gold into GALA's pocket. Shanks, meanwhile, caught in a 1 versus 2 on the other side. Hongq and Xiaoshu with enough damage to take him down. There's one of those shutdowns we were just talking about. Xiaoshu cashes out with the gold, and JDG get themselves a couple for free.
JDG, I will say, and again, gold is staying relatively the same, 6,000.
Breaking out here, it is going to be JunJia, knocked on up. They throw down the equalizer. They have successfully cut off Hope, but he just fires a piercing arrow right through and finds its way onto JunJia. Vampire isolated to take it down by Shanks. Tarzan got to get onto GALA, and it's a clean wipe for AL. 5-0 ace. They buy their time, they hold a 6K gold lead for 10 minutes, and now the game is over. Baron cashing out on any benefits he can get from his union this game, because he is not going down one time. AL close out the game without him. They're going to win game number 1.
Hey, Shanks hit 3 items, he activated the actualizer, it turns out the game just ends. I didn't know they added that, but look, we're on 26-3, so...
Tarzan makes it work with last pick jungle, grabs the Silas. This is going to be so good with everything here, honestly. You're up against Seraphine Maokai. The fact that you're willing to, that you get the opportunity, solid little trade. But yeah, I mean, like you said, it's tough when he just keeps siphoning power on you. Meanwhile, looks towards the bottom lane for both junglers. Tarzan wants a brawl with JunJia's Maokai. Vampire going to be the first one on in here. Kael trying to find a little bit of harassment. They're going to exchange Nature's Grasp. Tarzan falling lower and lower, though. Can he use the Kingslayer to get a little bit of health back? Both AD carries fighting back and forth. Hope wins the one-on-one. Tarzan dives in and cleans house. 3-0 AL. They do it again.
But Silas can't hijack the Nature's Grasp again, at least for a while here. So surprised that we're not going to try to fight this.
Ooh, there's going to be a combo coming through onto Hope. He is going to be chunked down.
Hope
Advance forward, gets the growth on top of Kael, and GALA forced to flash defensively, but here comes JunJia with the Nature's Grasp, blocked away by Kael, but Hope's got nowhere left to go. He's going to fall on down.
Let's go, Kael.
Down to the turret, though. Nice dodge with a twisting advance. JunJia stays alive, and Kael is not able to get.
This is the encore here for Tarzan. No flash.
Nice connect onto GALA. They are going to start off the dive onto him. Nobody in a great position to be able to tank, though. Doesn't seem to matter. GALA falls down, stunned up by the gravity well, but now Tarzan caught up inside the enemy jungle. He will lose his life for that. It is a 1-for-1 thus far as AL try to retreat. Kael already a little bit low, though, going to get blown up by one of those saplings, and a flash encore from Vampire will lock down 2. Hope falls down as well. JunJia forces the flash out of Shanks, and JDG even up the kills. Powerful punishes on towards AL. That's always been where this champion has excelled as a jungler.
Gordon, I don't know how you feel about the Maokai champion, but I'm not excited for this champion to come back in competitive play. I was really happy with where the meta is. Like, we got to see Kiana, and then, you know, like, there was the threat of Jace, there was Poppy and everything, but Maokai is incredibly boring. Here we go.
Uh-oh. Here he goes again. Nature's Grasp finds its way on towards 1, but Tarzan returns fire. Here comes the Fate sealed over the wall. Hongq getting himself involved. Down goes Tarzan. GALA gets himself a double kill. Hope forced off of the play, and JDG, for the first time this series, will take the lead. Quit on stage, bro.
Knowing how muscular he is, he might just like stand up and walk over to Flandre. He's gonna be like, I see you have K-Tape, brother. Don't mess with me, okay?
Oh,
Hongq, he's got the mini wave, should be fine.
I don't know about that. Does get himself taken down. Nature's Grasp, a hell of a drug, holds him still for long enough. They guarantee the gravity well off of that one, and quick on his feet to dodge the abduct. If Tarzan hits that E, it very well might be a dead JunJia. He dodges that one from Fog pretty quick, does the back step. You gotta give him credit there, but it's not gonna do much to save this dragon. Does go over to AL, stops the stacking, and JunJia already threw out the Nature's Grasp. They're looking for a little bit of violence here. They do find Shanks. He has to cleanse, dodges away from 2 ultimates in 1. Now here comes the ultimate from Tarzan, gets the encore. Return encore from Vampire, lands onto more people, but doesn't do more to win the fight as Tarzan's still brawling right in his front line. Flash in from Flandre, finds 1 execute, dives through on towards Vampire, chucking away at his health bar with the dominance, and JunJia and Vampire on slivers of HP, getting circled by Shanks and Flandre. Will they be able to close this out? Kael's en route. They don't want to let these fish go, and I don't think they're going to be able to get away.
Yeah, JunJia has no HP, Kael's here, and they're still pushing on top side. Let's just get our 2v2. Let's go ahead and take our turret as well. Let's all wave into the smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave.
Yeah, Vampire getting lower and lower. Flandre falling low. They do clean up the kills. It is at the cost of Flandre's life.
Oh, wait
and it
a
might
minute.
be at the cost of Shanks, too. They took a little too long. GALA came back, and GALA gets some revenge. It's a 2-for-2 in the bottom.
And JDG are more often than not having to pick off stragglers and picking off AL when they decide they want to go for an extra play after they've already committed so much.
Whoa, Tarzan with the stolen away Fate Seal, looking to keep the fight going out of Hongq. Hongq wants this 1 versus 2, and he's going to regret it very quickly. Hope melts him.
Done here for Hope. But this is why I hate Maokai in competitive. He has the most turbo broken kit when it comes to pro play. He has free ward coverage, free objective control when it comes to his E and his ultimate. It's non-committal, so if you miss everything like this, you can go for it.
Double Fate sealed found here by Hongq, and he's
dead.
gonna lose his life for it. Down he goes to Hope's damage, chasing him down through the Soul Unbounded. Tarzan looking for some more. Locks down JunJia, forces the flash over the wall, and
I have seen very few big mistakes, and a lot of them have been, again, AL going for a +1 on a play. We just won a big team fight. Let's go for some more. JunJia, no flash here. He has 2 levels down in jungle.
again. He's just up million miles in the river. Will get picked off. Tarzan finds him. Tarzan takes him down. It's a 4v5 with Dragon spawning in 15 seconds. AL, blood in the water, wants some more. Flandre flashes forward, thinks he can take on the bot lane single-handedly, and he might just be able to do so. Hongq gets the knockback onto 2, but Shanks flashes over the wall. It's frontline Victor looking to tear through JDG, and they will do so. Double kill to Shanks. 4 members down. AL about to secure themselves the Dragon, and they take themselves a 6K gold lead. Absolutely.
Oh, massive flank TP.
Here. Yeah, coming on behind. It is looking like it's going to be Flandre trying to get the fight started. Loses a lot of health, but pops the dominance, dumps on in, and is looking to push
Tarzan
them out of this bottom side. Nice set of ultimates, though, come on through. Xiaoshu gets big between worlds on through, and down goes one. Health bar's falling lower and lower. Xiaoshu popping off the backside. Hongq staying alive, and JDG find the team fight they were looking for. It's a double kill to Hongq. Everybody manages to stay alive. A clean ace for JDG at 33 minutes into the game, and they're running down the bottom side. They might be able to end the game.
30-second death timers. We have no grubs here. How can they do that? I mean, they have got 2 cannon minions. I think this might be it, like you were just saying. Somehow, Flandre just goes way too deep. AL,
I don't think they can do it.
I can't believe it.
It's 15 seconds to go on Hope and Kyle. They're
gonna
still
send
working through these turrets. They're going to full send it. Tarzan's up in 8. Hope is up in 10. Can they get back here to stop it? The Victor would be the best member. Kyle's here, trying to slow him up. Tarzan arrives, doesn't have the ultimate available. Will steal away between worlds, trying his best to clear out this team. Hope shows up, starts pumping out the damage, but it's too little and it's too late.
Where they're going to just try to whittle away at their opponents, maybe try to find a charm here or there, but I think that JDG are going to be way too tanky this game. Like Galio, Jax, how are we playing on side lanes to get ourselves an advantage? Because if they get a time to either win this fight, or if they win this before he finishes this item, I think it's a huge travesty for the game.
Oh, what if AL starts the fight instead? Tarzan goes on in, gets stuck in the bounce house, and he's going to go down for first blood. Hongq walks away with that one, and AL heard your call and decided to give JDG a bone there. They walk on in, and Tarzan goes down.
Tabe, of course, controlling the strings. That's how we're going to posit this play. It was him.
He trained them wrong
all
on
along.
purpose as a joke. As here goes Shanks, diving on towards JunJia, not quite finding the return on the Orb of Deception. Now getting chased down. Vampire flashes, but shorts the bubble. Shanks is without any more dashes, lands one more charm. Hope is finding his way onto Hongq. Chaos breaking out around this bottom river now, as Hope will be able to run Hongq down, tie things up at 1-1. Shanks was able to get back in the mid lane, and JDG kind of just give it right back.
Let's look for a little something.
Another attempt.
Flandre.
How many summoners can we blow in the bottom lane, and can we get a kill for it? Flandre getting collapsed on. Hongq has arrived. TP. All right, this guy's not getting out of here. This guy is done for. Kill goes to Xiaoshu. Now, this is a TP coming on through. One being channeled by Flandre, the other being channeled by Shanks to get back in at full HP.
Spotted.
An ultimate back. Going to be a smite fight over this dragon. Over the wall comes Xiaoshu. Thinks that he's got the angle. They get into the Rift Herald. That's going to the opportunity to smite. Crashes it into the wall. Tarzan doesn't get much done there. Here comes Galio over the top. And AL have got to bail on this fight. If they can get out with their lives, that is going to be the closest thing to a victory they're going to get here. But JDG, I don't know. It's interesting. It's interesting to not see like the Rift Maker and stuff. It's like the kind of more traditional AP item. So he's getting collapsed on here. He's going to be wishing he was a little bit tankier at this rate, as Tarzan going to start off the fight onto him. Does go into the stasis. Xiaoshu able to TP in, and AL immediately on the back foot here. Nice charm, though, found by Shanks. He's still going to be able to stay standing. Gets the taunt back onto 2 tidal waves over the shot, being able to break up the fight. Tarzan going to be the first one to fall. Retreat from AL, as once again they manage to set up their engage combo. Down goes the front line. It's a double kill to GALA. And AL are pushed back yet again. They try to attack the global, and it still doesn't pay off.
GALA pulled out so much DPS in that fight, and that was before he's going for the flash forward. That secures them their 3rd dragon and sole point here in this game. And the early game composition from AL really didn't get much done. I mean, Hope had a 300 gold lead for portions of the game, but it didn't really matter, and that was not enough to really push this game. We talked about side lane being a strategy here for JDG. The Galio, despite our ministrations about the build with the Chain Crushers and his shield, he is more than tanky enough to deal with them. Look back at this fight, and Tarzan, there's so many small things that help out. Stopping Xiaoshu from getting in with a counter-strike is great. This proto belt here, or the rocket belt from Hongq, keeps him alive. The taunt as well is just amazing. And look at this big one from GALA, right into the back line. Just massive amounts of damage from this Corki right now. And all in all, AL just looking a little bit more disheveled because they don't have clear lines of engagements. You are so reliant.
And makes it so that Flandre is basically useless in that fight. And it's just not the kind of fight that AL want to have for themselves. Be able to find the success. I like the conceptual idea of forcing out the Galio. Instead, they're just going to go for JunJia once again. It's been the previous strategy. Hasn't worked out for him before. They get JunJia incredibly low. Hongq up there in a 1 versus 4. Finally will drop on down. But it's in trade for Flandre. And Xiaoshu running amok in the back line is able to take down Shanks. Tarzan drops down to JunJia on the opposite side. Hope doing his best to keep the damage flowing, but it's just not enough. It's a 3-for-1 in favor of JDG.
They're going to start up the Baron as well. The damage is just not there. 2-item Ahri is not enough, and not even a GA completed here. Hope and Kael, the only 2 left from AL to maybe squeeze them off of this, but it's only on to Vampire. Xiaoshu's coming in on a flank right now. Hope is dashing forward.
That's crazy, Hope, as JunJia connects with the Vault Breaker, and Kael left out to dry. No remaining teammates, has to head out, has to surrender the Baron. Vampire looking juicy in that tri-brush, just completely baits Hope into his death.
Man, this is a very strange game. We'll take a look right back at this fight. They have no control. They put so much into Tarzan, or into JunJia here, but he not only gets the ultimate out onto Flandre, Flandre dashes away due to the reinforcements, and then Hongq is also on the opposite side buying space. Xiaoshu with a massive counter-strike gets a 2-man stun, pushes them off, and
they're TPing multiple members back here. I think they probably just got a couple more item spikes, so they're going to have their full strength back. Good true shot barrage from Hope, going to try to soften him up a little bit, but we're 10 seconds away from the Dragon.
Oh, Xiaoshu!
Right where they want to be, and they're going to start the fight early. Dive in onto the back line from Xiaoshu. Forces Shanks out right away. Flandre the next target. He dances back, but will drop on down. Shanks doing his best to return damage from the side. Not going to be able to accomplish too much. Guardian Angel pop for Tarzan, and he's going to be finished as soon as he comes out of it. 2-0 JDG. Dragon Soul next on the menu.
What an insane flank, and Xiaoshu is having the series that we wanted to see from this guy. GALA's going to walk forward. He'll get his Galio to ult to save him, but that's Soul almost entirely here for JDG.
Advance forward, JDG crushing him. I don't think it's throwable anymore, Ulk.
Wow. Wow.
Don't ask, don't. In a weird way, they're similar, all right? JDG about to move up 2-1 in this series. What a showing. After tough early games, 3 games in a row, JDG are scaling into this one, Elk, and they find themselves up 2-1.
Ollie.
Yeah. We're just flicking through them. I refuse to give these respect until one of them is locked in. It's the Zoe again. We do go to another long-range mage, looking to burst from afar. Definitely going to be the longest range. 6. We'll be able to get Zoe on the back of Summoner's Fly. Kael gets a flash out of GALA for his own flash. I think that's worth. Oh, Sleepy Trouble Bubble landed onto Tarzan. He wants to chase for more. He wants this kill. He's got the flash. He goes for it. And Tarzan finds first blood.
What are we doing on bottom side here, guys? The Scuttle spawn on the top. There's going to be no immediate play. Kyle has no flash, and Kiana is on the way. So if somehow this fight is still available in 10 seconds, AL could win huge.
AL's got the scoop. They have the heal as well. They're at about half HP. Dustbringer lands onto 2, but Hope able to clear out this wave. They surrender. They back off. Vampire takes a turret shot. That was getting a little dicey. Tarzan's here for the backup. JDG's plans crumble in their fingers. And AL, nice start here. Tarzan with the gold. Tarzan with the brutalizer.
Oh, he has no stun.
Solid trade here. Hongq getting hit by shurikens. Although JunJia here for the backup, can he get away? Shank's going to try to flash. The fear is going to connect. There's the Battlestar not connecting, though, and Tarzan now here for the backup. JunJia takes a big chunk of damage. Shanks is out of energy.
Oh!
Flash forward from Hongq, and he will find the kill.
That was a very big play. Another respawn Raptor invade, and Kyle is nowhere near this.
Tarzan going to look to get onto his scuttle. Doesn't get there in time. Kyle looking for the fight to get started.
Wow.
Big Supreme display of talent. Connects on a 3. But there is the magical journey. Look into the back line. Hope launches himself in with a killer instinct. Double stun comes through from Vampire and might be enough to get him out with his life. Still, quick kill picked up on his.
See that Vampire is just moving over. It's an okay kill going over, but I don't think it changes much of the temperature of this game. I'll have to be a little bit careful here.
Up. I mean, I think Hope and Kyle have to be careful. GALA, the raw double up, just takes out Hope.
When's the dragon going to be started? We're at 10.5 minutes here. No dragons here for either.
Tarzan set up a little trap here on the Xiaoshu. He gets hit by the unstoppable onslaught, and it's just easy pickings now. Flandre going to be the one who walks away with that kill. Maybe would have liked to get Tarzan up to be able to navigate his way over there and have those sorts of performances that we do hope to see from him on the Akali.
Look at the quest completion. Oh, GALA!
Wow, they're going to be able to lock down GALA in no time at all. Tempered Fate, too little, too late. Just bails Hope out, taking any turret damage. There's an ultimate in the river from a Tarzan, and they find JunJia as well. Shank's getting a big injection of gold for a little bit of a help towards getting to that Gunblade. AL make that play on towards an isolated GALA, punish Vampire for roaming too much on the Bard. JunJia's caught in river. Tarzan feeling strong this game. 80% KP. Oh, that's a Sleepy Trouble level landed on a Hope. Hope walks into it, and he might just be done for. He flashes too. Oh, no! Because
Kai'Sa no longer has her flash or barrier, I think it is going to make this next dragon fight a little difficult for AL to swing. Also the fact that, oh wait, here we go. There's a play on top side. Observers, kill the Zoe!
Yeah, there we go. Shank's going to be able to find a solo kill. JunJia going to be able to collapse onto him with the Paranoia. That's going to make it into a 1-for-1. Does eat the Nocturne ultimate while they're at it. All in all, no harm, no foul. Let's see what Tarzan can do around this bottom side. He's lurking behind Xiaoshu's turret. At the very least, going to take away some jungle camps. Will they go for the dive, though? They're looking like they're interested. Flandre up here in the front line. They do still have the minions. They are going to get the Supreme display.
Oh my!
Huge regen from Xiaoshu. Sundered Sky keeps Xiaoshu standing. And there is going to be the lockdown on towards Hope, but it's only the Tempered Fate. No falls available. GALA going to get exhausted. Kyle has to back away. His cooldowns are done for.
All access pass to this dragon. AL, you have no tools to play with, and now Tarzan, yes, he uses flash. We are no longer playing for this, guys. They're going to just force the issue.
Yes, we are. Here's Flandre and Kyle. Flash in from Kyle. They get some lockdown onto Hongq. They get the decimating smash as well. Hongq loses a ton of HP. Paranoia comes through. Kyle's dead to the bullet time. JunJia throws himself in towards Tarzan.
There we go.
Back, gets the insect fear by flashing behind Tarzan, but he will die for it. Shanks now throwing himself towards GALA in the back line. Gets some good damage on a Vampire, forces them back through a magical journey. Now looking to cut off Xiaoshu on the opposite side, who will flash away from a decimating smash of his own. And somehow ALs have stopped the dragon from going down by trading jungler for a jungler.
Yeah, but they lose so much for this play because this ends up being a 2-for-1. Kyle dies very early on, and it's another wave in bot side. It's as good as it's going to get with getting both of the flashes from Xiaoshu and from Tarzan. He doesn't know that Vampire is here gaining vision. Great job from the support of JDG. You now have the flash, and there's just no damage. Look at where the damage dealers are right now. Akali's in mid, and Kai'Sa is just now coming out of base. This is not a good situation from them, and a big overcommitment of resources to try to kill Hongq. If we just didn't have bad timers from the trade before, maybe this looks better, but I mean, you're losing out big time, and you're giving over gold to this JDG team you don't want to see.
Oh, great Tempered Fate here, going to save Xiaoshu's life as he gets Supreme display of talent into the wall. They are still going to be able to melt through the support on the backside, and Xiaoshu taking more damage than he can handle. AL grind JDG to dust as they get 3 kills. Dragon on the menu, easy to secure.
I think dangerous that AL gets so much space like this. MF is supposed to be rather stalwart, a champion that really wants to duel. Lights go out.
Oh, wow, lights go out, and in goes Kyle.
Oh, no!
Back and Storm onto 2, launching themselves into towards Hope. Hongq getting soloed out by Shanks, will fall down over the wall. Shanks finds a second one. Flandre fending off the remaining members, and over there, in a 1 versus 3, it's Xiaoshu doing his best with the World Ender rolling, but it's not enough. Hope will finish him off. 5K gold lead to AL as they take the fight 3-0.
Masterful engage from Kyle essentially ends this game and sends us to game 5, functionally speaking. And now they're going to grab the Baron as well. 750 gold for this, the Baron, and this timer's going to roll right into the Dragon in a minute and a half while they finish off a mid lane turret. Big gold swing coming in for anyone's legend. The first seed, I mean, so many things just go right for them. This ultimate and this engage from Kyle is amazing. And then this bullet time from GALA. He tries to let it rip, but the ultimate from Qiyana stops him mid-ult. And there's just nothing they can do at this point. There's no damage. We had questions as to what this Zoe is supposed to do with no front line, and they just get eaten alive by this Akali. Xiaoshu's in the backline versus 3. If he had a little bit more help, maybe he could turn. But this series really has been Xiaoshu versus everybody. And he's getting no help here in game 4.
Shanks! We don't need to land Shuriken Flip. We're too far ahead. Solo kill found by him once again. In comes the Paranoia. This time he's got the stasis to be able to withstand it. And Tarzan is in there. Supreme display of talent. It displays JunJia to the ground. And it'll be 2 more in the pockets of AL as they are able to keep this push going with the Baron buff at their backs.
My JDG cope for this game is that this is a draft where we said, hey, we're getting rid of Bard from Kyle. We won't have to worry about Game 5 Bard. That's kind of it in my mind. Vampire's going to barely escape. He's just going to get chased out of his own jungle at this point. Another turret falls. 9,000 gold lead here for AL as they are going to wrap up this one in surefire fashion. We're at 25 minutes and we're already at a 10,000 gold diff.
AL looking to take us the full distance. The Tabe Bowl will go. 2 silver scrapes. If AL have any say in the matter, would need to be a massive throw from this position. And we don't have a lower third about that for AL. That was for JDG. And we were originally concerned about AL tend to not lose these games from 10K gold leads, although game 2 maybe gives you a little bit of pause.
I think it would be hard-pressed. We're looking for a little bit of something.
Well, Tarzan just got 1 shot, but it is a good re-engage for Hope. He jumps in, executes 2. Xiaoshu flashes in, thinks he can finish Hope, can't do it. Double kill to Shanks, and that should be it. 4 kills down. Vampire needs to hold off 1 versus 4. I think there's going to be a T-King Scion here before too long. 3,000 total assists for Kyle. Congratulations to him.
In 2 years,
fast pace.
Yeah. 3,002, and yeah, that's it. They've got a wave, they've got Baron. We're going to game number 5. I guess JDG just want more experience. They just want to play more game 5s here in the playoffs.
10 playoff games for JDG. Playing a whole other season out here. See if they will be able to take it home. They have a chance to be able to move even further in this winner's bracket. It is not over yet. How squishy is this JDG comp, my man? Like, this is... I feel like it's going to be tough to not just get... Tarzan stepping up forward, already has lost half of his HP. Hook connects onto Kyle. Here comes JunJia. I think they assumed he had given up and gone up towards the top side. 2 kills to JDG at 2 minutes and 25 seconds.
Thank you, Tabe. This was a draft masterclass from you, brother.
Still down both summoners here if this dragon fight is to come to pass. Shanks still pushing up in mid lane. Tarzan still farming bottom side camps. The dragon rather, under full vision. Likely going to be the target here for AL as they try to step up towards it. They're calling mid lane over as well. Xiaoshu getting a great chunk onto Flandre here, going to be able to push him back. Won't be able to finish off the kill, but with no TP, Flandre now in a rough position. Hook connects onto Tarzan. Huge damage here, but Kyle's there to back him up. In comes the port from Hongq.
No!
Kyle able to stop him, though, with the Unbreakable. Hope needs to find these shots on a Hongq, though, too slowed up by the box. and Hongq will stay alive, flashes forward, doesn't get the auto! Oh man, this is all getting chaotic real fast here. Shanks flashing forward, going to be able to get the lockdown onto JunJia. Miasma holds him still, and the kill will be picked up for AL. Dragon soon to follow.
And a huge play here for AL, grabbing this dragon on top of it, man. Like, that's super dangerous. And JunJia, who had a huge lead, he has 1,000 gold over Tarzan entire turret. And he does. I don't even care that he doesn't have the teleport for this, right? There is under no threat that this Baron's going over to JDG. JunJia's trying to get damage. Here's a subjugate.
Tarzan's gonna fight him. Tarzan takes this 1v1, says, come at me, bro. Hope shows up. Hope looking for one more auto. Will find it. He's gonna die over to Hongq though. And it will be his support picked off as well. Quick little 2-for-1. AL maybe get a little big for their britches there. Feel too confident watching Tarzan do well in the 1v1 and give up a little more than they had to.
If you're JDG right now.
No, it is not. Hongq stepping up, finds a gold card, but it's too little too late. Rylai's working overtime for Shanks. Love that selection for this game in particular. Tarzan gets a nice pillar onto two. JunJia can't
walk
get through.
out.
He's stuck. Door's stuck. Door's stuck as JunJia flashes back over the wall to try to keep himself alive. Will be able to stay standing. Nobody falls from JDG, but what about the follow-up? Still going to be exchanging some blows back and forth here, Ulk.
This is good. I like this, though. You got the ultimate out from Braum and from Lucian. This is as good as it's going to get for them. They'll have push in mid, but right now it's all about the Dragon. Flandre is so damn tanky. The only people who can kill him right now is this Gwen and Aphelios. Dragon's being started, and AL, it seems like instead they're going to play around the mid wave and see if they can maybe get a little bit more, maybe find someone out, maybe even this Twisted Fate.
Now, one gold card did take Hope for about half of what he was worth there. Another one connects onto Kael. That's some big damage here. In goes the engage onto Flandre. Moonlight Vigil takes down one. Flandre's basically out of health. GALA running amok. Destiny onto the back line. This time it finds a kill. Double kill, triple kill to GALA. And he comes alive. JDG get their first dragon of the game, and they get 3 kills while they're at it. They're making a beeline right for the Baron.
That play around the choke where the ultimate, the culling from Hope, didn't get anybody, that might have just cost them the entire game here. JDG not only stopped the Dragon Soul from going over, but also grabbed themselves a Baron and multiple kills. Maybe finally stepping into this game comfortably with 3 items. I mean, we were worried about this early game. AL had looked so good for so long here in this game, but this pick never ends up materializing. Hope, on the other side, why are we playing with our Braum here? I feel bad because Shanks is so damn powerful, but the Hollowed Mist is getting a ton of value in this fight, and even with Braum trying to stop this ultimate from GALA, he has too much damage. You don't have enough HP in this instance.
Yeah, I mean, it's... I guess you can get away with frontline not Tabe is in another world, brother. I can't believe that. But
the Lion does not concern himself with his assistant coaches.
All right, we're back. Is it throwable? Yeah, just pull it up. Here's the question, especially given that we do not like the team comp here for JDG. They were able to pull away that last one, though. They just got so many rotations of gold cards into harassment. Flash over the wall from Tarzan, right on top of GALA. Flandre coming in from the backside. Tarzan's going to die for this, but they do get the isolated all out onto GALA. Now Xiaoshu launching himself into a 1 versus 3. Mist not going to keep him alive. Petrifying Gaze onto 2. Pull back in on to Vampire, and 3 kills go the way of AL.
Wow, what an insanely close fight. I mean, Tarzan, don't get this away. I want to look at the items. Oh my god, that was an expensive fight. Nothing gained for this Baron, by the way, from JDG, who still have it on a few members. Very risky. You can see how Vampire, I love the positioning from him in this one. Trying to stay over the wall, whether it's to protect GALA, but invested the death sentence. He's trying to kill Tarzan. I love what the solo laners of AL do here. Flandre immediately books it right onto GALA. We see the flash from this Cassiopeia. They know their objective is to get rid of this Aphelios. And Xiaoshu, while he's in the back line, hell, we'll take that shutdown too. Really, really good fight. And this is all about the carries here. The solo laners, I think, stepping up massively for anyone's legend. All Fog of War here. Flandre tries to step up, but There's no TP for this Cassiopeia, thanks to them going for the cleanse. No flash either. And no cleanse now for this Lucian. Mikhails is on cooldown for the next 30 seconds. There might be a window here where JDG look to start up this Baron. You can see it's red-white for Felios. He's going to move into white and green, and that just means complete zone coverage. AL are again going to have to walk into this objective.
It's too late. They can't get out of this Baron in time. It's already fallen on down. JunJia's over the wall, starting to get some chunk damage out of Tarzan. Vampire will fall, the only casualty of the fight so far. And JDG are able to retreat. 4 members wearing purple.
Such a tense game here. I mean, I was so excited to have Shanks as this Cassiopeia mega threat here in this game with a soul on their backs, but multiple fights in a row, we have seen that now JDG have a unbreakable line. They don't have a traditional like tank in their game, but with the Dark Passage and with the threat of potentially getting gold carded, AL have no ways of actually properly stepping forward. This is such a magnificent turn, and while a dangerous draft, I think, for JDG to operate through the early game, they have navigated this mid and late game beautifully. I will give them their flowers in this instance for doing such a great job, and you can see that AL don't have very many tools, even despite all of the cleanses and the abilities to get rid of these CCs.
Yeah, and they just haven't been able to be the first ones onto these objectives. JDG have been able to maintain map control for enough of the game and for long enough and consistently enough that they do not have to walk into AL. They don't have to start these fights, and it's not because they aren't playing the objectives. It's not because they're exclusively side laning. It's because they're making collapses onto Shanks on the side lane. Down goes Cassiopeia, TP in from Flandre. He needs to try to get out of here with his life. They're at risk of losing the game here. The base going to likely be broken open during this death timer. Flandre still able to keep himself out. That's a wasted Mikhails.
Yep.
Xiaoshu into the back line, trying to get onto Hope. Maybe reaching a little bit too far here. They will be able to back away. Opened up with the culling. Damage found onto Xiaoshu. Damage found on towards JunJia as well. And they're going to try to end the game here. 30 seconds to go. There's no Cassiopeia. They're going to have to take this fight. 4 versus 5. Dash in from Flandre. Double knockup. In with the all-out. Xiaoshu chops him down. Onto Hope. And everybody on AL just cannot stand and fight without Shanks. JDG, against all odds, come up in game number 5.